Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today with your host Ram. This on a Friday, and what a match we had today between rising Pune Super Giants and the Gujrat Lions, and finally we had a last ball finish at in the 25th match of the Indian Premier League played at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium here in Pune when 9 runs were required of the final over, and there was some sort of real tension there because Suresh Raina, who was there, the captain of the team, was out when three were needed of three balls, and then we saw Ishan Kishan being run out of the fourth delivery, and then finally it was James Faulkner. It was his birthday today, and the birthday boy actually got the winning run for his team, and that was it. But what a thrilling match it was! The match all the way was exciting right from the beginning till the end, which I am going to talk about. Finally, Gujrat Lions were the ones who were the victors. They won the match by 3 wickets, and they are doing pretty well in this IPL 2016 in their debut year. And well, as far as other cricket news is concerned, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to be narrating the story and then take you down to the final excitement of the final over. So this particular game, which was the 25th match of the 25th match of the Indian Premier League 2016, Gujrat Lions were the ones who actually won the toss, and 2020 debut for the Chinaman bowler Shivil Kaushik today, but he was a bit costly, which we'll talk about. So Gujrat Lions were the ones who actually won the toss. So Suresh Raina winning the toss and inviting the rising Pune Super Giants, Dhoni's men, to bat first. Well, it all started off in a very bizarre. In fact, in the early overs itself, today Saurabh Tiwari was given a chance, and what a piece of fielding! I mean, to kick off proceedings, it was the Gujrat Lions captain Suresh Raina. Actually, Rahane had actually got an in-swinger from Praveen Kumar, and he has actually got the ball down the point region, and Suresh Raina, seeing that Saurabh Tiwari, he took off as soon as Saurabh Tiwari took off, and he actually decided, he saw that Tiwari was struggling, and he decided that he's not going to throw the ball, but he's going to actually sail with the ball, and that's what he precisely did. So that's the reason this particular fielding, the piece of fielding, was last seen when John T. Rhodes of South Africa, the former great fielder, one of the greatest fielders ever in international cricket, John T. Rhodes, was the one who had actually effected such a run out. And today we saw Suresh Raina take a leaf out of John T. Rhodes' book, and absolutely, as I said, he sailed with the ball, and he actually took out the stumps before Saurabh Tiwari could regain the crease. And what a start for the Gujrat Lions. Saurabh Tiwari was gone, run out for one of two balls. A brilliant piece of fielding by the Gujrat Lions captain Suresh Raina. So that made it 13 for 1 in the third over as Stephen Smith walked in to join Ajinkya Rahane. From then on, things were drastically changed, especially by Stephen Smith. Now, Stephen Smith, as you know, the other day he definitely looked in fine nick, but today we definitely were seeing something that you all know why Stephen Smith is so special. So far in the IPL, he has not really fired in a big manner, but today he did. He did in a very big manner. He came, he got he really got the measure of the rising Pune Super Giants. He got the measure of the Gujrat Lions bowlers. He dealt with them very effectively. When it was coming to spin, whether it is Ravindra Jadeja, the new Chinaman bowler, Satish Kaushik, or whoever it was, he used to deal with them very effectively, used to use his feet beautifully. As you know, Stephen Smith is a very good player of spin, and we definitely saw those signs were evident today as how he walked down to the spinners and tonked them for some big sixes, and he did not spare any bowler. And what was more about Steven Smith, if you talk about it, it was Rishti magic. Everything was coming beautifully for Steven Smith. And let me tell you, the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune had a rare treat today as Steven Smith went on to score his maiden T20 century. What a knock from Steven Smith. Um, Absolutely a gem of a knock. And unfortunately, to finish on the losing side. That's a different story altogether. But and the other end, he had Ajinkya Rahane for company, and Rahane, has been in some very good nick in this IPL, and he was precisely doing what he can. But Steven Smith was the one on which all the eyes were trained at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium, because you name it, he was showing the skills, he was showing the finesse, he was showing the classicism, everything, you name it, and he was really. I would say it was like he was flowing like water when he was playing his stroke. Such was the dexterity and such was the skill with which he was actually handling each and every delivery, and he was absolutely in no trouble whatsoever. What a partnership! So that partnership really took the rising Pune Super Giants out of a bit of a situation after losing Saurav Tiwari early. And they put on a valuable 111 runs, which took the score on to 124. And then it was the turn of Ajinkya Rahane, the opener, to get run out for a well-made 53 of 45 balls with 5 fours. But as you know, the partnership, it was a very superb partnership which happened. And then Dhoni came in, and Dhoni started. Steven Smith was looking, as you know, he was looking in some great nick, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni had the luxury of playing some big strokes as he actually tonked Ravindra Jadeja for two beautiful sixes, two consecutive sixes to that, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni made an unbeaten 30. But in the meanwhile, Steven Smith, once he reached his maiden T20 century, was a victim of the bowling of Bravo for 101 of 54 balls, in which he gained 8 fours and 5 glorious sixes. And Dhoni was the one who topped it towards the end to take his team to 195 for 3 of 20 overs, with Dhoni not out on 30 of 18 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Tisra Pereira not out 3. 195 was on the board for the rising Pune Super Giants, and it was definitely a very challenging score which was put up on the board by the rising Pune Super Giants. Looking at the bowling, Praveen Kumar, who bowled admirably the other day, was really struggling today. 4 overs done for 37. It was all thanks in the main to Steven Smith, who was actually maneuvering the ball in the gaps beautifully, piercing the gaps with a great skill, and the bowlers were the ones who suffered. Praveen Kumar, 4 overs done for 37. Dhawal Kulkarni, 3 overs, cost him 25. Jadeja went for 37 of his 4. S. Kaushik, the Chinaman bowler today, was making his T20 debut. Shivil Kaushik, his name is Shivil Kaushik, the Chinaman bowler, was taken for 32 runs of his 3 overs, so he didn't have a good debut there. James Faulkner, 2 overs, went for 22, and Bravo league 40 runs of his 4 overs with 1 wicket. Now it was the turn of the Gujrat Lions to chase a score of 195, and all the eyes were on Graeme Smith and Brendan McCullum. As you know, Aaron Finch still not there. They are already minus Aaron Finch, but Gujrat Lions are doing a great job. And we saw in the previous match how Graeme Smith and Brendan McCullum put 104 runs. Today, it was not a 100 partnership, but a 93 runs partnership, but it was a brutal partnership. In fact, right from the word go, Graeme Smith and Brendan McCullum were matching each other stroke for stroke. Brendan McCullum was training his eyes on Dinda. He was giving him a good karting, while Graeme Smith decided to take Tisra Pereira on, and also the spinners whom he started hitting for some very big six, a lot of boundaries and sixes. And Graeme Smith and Brendan McCullum once again showing what a powerful batting opening pair they are. Even though Aaron Finch is not there, look at the sort of reserve strength that that Gujarat Lions possesses. Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum absolutely charged the rising Pune Super Giants to really demoralize them, as 93 runs came out of 8 overs. So you can just imagine the amount of power hitting that was going on. They were going at a clip of 11 runs per over. The required run rate was 9.75, and they were going at 11 runs per over, and this was really hurting the rising Pune Super Giants bowlers. But Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum was absolutely superb. So they raised 93 runs for the first wicket in 8 points. So basically, in 49 deliveries, they raised on to 93, and then finally it was Rajat Bhatia who dismissed Brendan McCullum, caught by Markel for 43 of 22 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes, and then Dwayne Smith followed him to the pavilion when the score reached 115, but not before really causing a lot of damage to the rising Pune Super Giants bowlers with a very punishing 63 of 37 deliveries with 9 fours and 1 6. So 115 for 2, so the platform was definitely set as Suresh Raina and Dinesh Karthik came in. And this was a similar thing that happened, if you would remember, in the previous match that Gujarat Lions played, where first Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum went on to flay the bowling of the opposition, and then it was Suresh Raina and Karthik who took over, and they started playing sensible cricket. They were in no mood to really get on with the stroke. They were sensible cricket. They knew they were rotating the strike. They were getting the single. They knew that the hard work was already done. It's only a matter of just sticking together and slowly guiding their team. And that's what precisely was happening between Suresh Raina and Dinesh Karthik. They bided their time. They did not take any risks. And as I said, they played with a lot of common sense and responsibility as another partnership came in. But this time it was a sedate partnership, one could say, because 51 runs were added in 6 overs. Again, they still had to keep up with the run rate, and they definitely couldn't go in the way Smith and McCullum went. As I said, they really toned it down a bit, but still the score that rising Pune Super Giants had put, definitely it required to stay in tune with the run rate, and that's what precisely Suresh Raina and Karthik did. And so the score reached 166 in the 17th over with a 51 run partnership between those two batsmen. And then finally we saw Dinesh Karthik was dismissed. Dinda came on to his second spell, and Dinda was very good. He first picked up the Dinesh Karthik for 33, a good catch taken by Ajinkya Rahane, 33 of 20 deliveries, 4 fours, and Dwayne Bravo was nipped up early by Dinda in the 19th over when he actually picked up Bravo's wicket for 7, and then we saw Jadeja being run out for naught, and now the pressure was piling because because of that, because of the wickets falling with Karthik, Bravo and Jadeja departing in quick succession, it started putting a bit of pressure as we saw James Faulkner walking in, but Gujarat Lions still had nothing to really worry because their mainstay batsman and their captain Suresh Raina was well entrenched at the crease. But then finally, because of this 3 wickets which fell pretty quickly, it really piled on some pressure, and then now it all came down to the wire with 9 runs required of the final over. It was entrusted to Thisara Pereira to actually bowl the final over, and let's have a look at what happened. So the first delivery that Pereira bowled to James Faulkner, it was his birthday today. It was a low full toss on the leg stump, and Faulkner had already dismissed it to the boundary. So that was a good start. So 9 runs required of the final over, and 4 runs were taken on the first ball itself. The second delivery that Pereira bowled, so that essentially made it that the Gujarat Lions required 5 runs for the next 5 balls. But Pereira bowling to Faulkner, he bowled a wide delivery. So one extra delivery was in the offing there. The slower one he tried and it went wrong, and he had to bowl that extra delivery, but that extra delivery gave him a single which Faulkner actually drove it to the cover region. So that made it, so basically 6 runs were taken. Now it's only a matter of 3 runs needed of 3 balls. Raina was on strike, and it was Pereira who was bowling to Suresh Raina, and it actually Suresh Raina trying a big hike towards the square leg region, lost his stumps to Pereira, and that really put some big, not a lot of pressure, but what it did is it dragged the match to the last ball of the 20th over. So Raina was run out, bowled by Pereira for 34 of 28 deliveries, 2 fours, and Ishan Kishan, the under-19 captain of the Indian team, walked in amidst a bit of a pressure, not a big pressure I would say, but definitely it was really tense out there at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune, and Ishan Kishan walked down. And so it was Kishan and Faulkner at the crease, and it was very essential that Kishan had to give the strike to Faulkner because Faulkner was the man to do it. But what a piece of fielding there from Saurabh Tiwari. The very first delivery that Ishan Kishan received, he actually put it down to mid-off and they set out for a single, and Kishan had to dive in because Saurabh Tiwari was very, very sharp. He had actually got the ball and actually already hit the stumps. And in the meanwhile, suddenly there was a bit of some real tension there at MCA in Pune as Ishan Kishan was dismissed the very next ball, run out for naught, and now it was 3 runs to win and 2 more balls were to go. And now Praveen Kumar came in and joined Faulkner. But the good thing was that Faulkner was on strike, and that was the good thing for the Gujrat Lions. So Faulkner faced the 5th delivery from Pereira. And in fact, this was given to the long off region, and there probably Rahane could have probably thrown the throw from Rahane, because when they started putting pressure by getting on for the second run to equal that score, Rahane probably was a bit his throw was not really on target, and that enabled the batsmen to actually cross over for the second run. And now it was only just 1 run required of the final ball, and the birthday boy Faulkner sealed it for the Gujrat Lions when he actually got a ball past the short mid-on region, and that was it for the Gujrat Lions. So that was the victory cry for the Gujrat Lions. But what a match. The match went all the way down to the wire, and finally of the last ball of the 20th over, Faulkner, the birthday boy, finished it off, and the match was over, and it was the Gujrat Lions who were the victors. Now let's have a look at and what a match, but I mean how it turned. Like initially it was good, then they had a sort of stability being done by Karthik and Raina, and then the 3 quick wickets that followed really brought RSPG, the Rising Pune Super Giants, back into the game. But the good thing was that Suresh Raina was there, and then finally Faulkner coolly finished the match, but not before giving some serious tension to the spectators there at the cricket ground in MCA. Now the bowling, the man of the match went to Dwayne Smith. What a display of hitting by Dwayne Smith. Really superb batting from Dwayne Smith. Morkel 2 overs, none for 30. Dinda went for 40 with 2 wickets. Pereira 4 overs, 2 for 41. Ashwin 4 overs, went for 37. Bhatia bowled 3 overs, 1 for 26. Ashwin a bit better, one could say, compared to others. 3 overs, no made, and 1 for 22. So that was it as far as that particular match was concerned. And tomorrow, the match which is coming up tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about that particular match which is coming up tomorrow. It is going to be the RCB which is going to take the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Delhi Daredevils would be taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders. So a very engrossing match that happened today at the MCA, and also the coming matches that on Saturday are also going to be some firm affairs, no doubt about it. So well, dear fans and subscribers, hope you all enjoyed this cricket broadcast of mine, and I'm trying to see whether any cricket news is something that I can share with you before I actually leave the scene here. Well, there's nothing much to really talk about, other than nothing really to talk about today. So that really sums up everything for this cricket show, Cricket Happenings, this on a Friday. and hoping to see you all tomorrow. That's on my next cricket broadcast on Saturday, which will cover both the matches